Chief Justice, Speaker, my fellow senators, members of the House of Representatives, families and friends and members of the public that have gathered here today. I thank the esteemed House of Representatives for inviting the Oregon State Senate to be here today to be a part of this joint session. You honor us, and it's a high honor that you allow us to be here today, and a privilege. When I taught public speaking at Western Oregon University, I would come up with a list that's called Pete's Points. On the last day of the class, I would give each student those points. Maybe I thought it would help them in their future should they choose to be giving speeches. And I knew, given the way times have changed, they were going to be asked to give many speeches in their lives. Point number 10, a speech too short is wanting. Point number 11, a speech too long is agonizing. You will decide in a few moments for yourself if either one of those 2 points applies to me. Last Monday, I was talking to my son, my middle son, Sean, who lives in Helena, Montana, its capital. And he said, "Dad, how are you doing?" And I said, "Sean, I'm just trying to get through the day." He knew our session was coming up. He didn't remember that it was the 14th, because that day, the 7th, Montana's legislature began. And then he said something that struck his father. He said, "You know, Dad, these Montanans that come to Helena, it's a beautiful city where he lives with his wife and our 2 granddaughters. He says, you know, I think almost all of them, most of them are coming here, they're trying to do some good." I thought about that, and I thought about you. Right about the legislature in Montana, and I think he's right about you, my fellow legislators. We, the 90, are here because each of us, in our own way, wants to do some good. We're not here for the recognition, unless it's negative recognition. We're not here for winning or losing, because I can tell you I've lost more bills I've introduced than I've ever won. Each of us has come to this place at this time, I believe, as my middle son said, to do some good. The Chief Justice talked to you about the Oregon Constitution. And by the way, she failed to mention, I believe, that she is this first Chief Justice that I can remember that has ever spoken at a joint session like this. She is also a historic figure now. And she talked about the 3 branches and their roles. But guess what? The first branch, Your Honor, is the legislative branch. We're number 4, Article 4. Governor, you're Article 5. And Chief Justice, remarkable address, but you're number 7. That doesn't mean we're more important, but those who put the Constitution together, they might have been sending a signal there. The preamble to the Oregon Constitution says it was created to establish justice, maintain order, and perpetuate liberty. Our Constitution calls us to do so, to do some good. Often we get here in very unbecoming ways. Our campaigns are brutal, and we show the world the worst of what we can be. As I said to the Senate this morning, we campaign against each other, but we serve together. This is somewhat revealing about me, But last week I was having a dental appointment, having my teeth cleaned. And for some reason, this is the way I am, I asked my dental hygienist, "What do you think of the Oregon Legislature?" I know it's something you probably wouldn't think you'd ask during that procedure. Well, she admitted she didn't follow our work very much, or very closely, and didn't know too much about it. But then, a few moments later, all of a sudden she said the following: "I would never go into politics. Want no part of it. The stress, the pressure is unbelievable. Often no one notices what we do here, yet we come here to do, as my son said, some good." That's my simple message this day, at this time. I wish and want for each of you, when this session is complete, to feel that you did some good. I love opening day, but it makes me very sad. Today we are all together, yet when we leave this chamber in a short time, we won't be together like this again. We will go to our committees, our caucuses, our floor sessions and meetings. As we do, I hope you will feel you are doing some good. Some good in committees, some good on the floor, some good for each other. And when we sine die, you may have done, we hope so, some good for Oregon and her people.